Time now for your forewarned weather with Chief Meteorologist Alana Brophy.
I will tell you that Alana had some choice words for this forecast just before we came on camera.
She did.
We won't repeat them in polite company.
No.
But if you want to polish those up a little bit,
I feel
free.
like I can. Just a little spit shine there. It's frustrating. And I feel like you know it, and you know it. I mean, it's January. It doesn't feel like January.
Yeah.
Sure doesn't look like January.
Yeah.
And we're getting away from our colder months. Now, we still have winter left, and that's great. So we're going to go with the silver lining here, which was improved air quality.
Okay,
Nice.
we'll take that.
Spit shine.
Sure.
I feel like, there you go.
Yeah.
Just a little, there you go. Let's go ahead and take a view. You like that?
I
Just
did.
a little?
Very good.
This is the sunset in Ogden, O-Town. Thank you, Jamie, for sending it. I have to start with something positive because I'm not going to tell you that a snowstorm's coming tomorrow. You know it. I know it. Boy, it's a quiet pattern. Tooele tonight. Thank you, Hal. Always appreciate this. Hal was really excited because he had clear skies and clean air in Tooele County for a bulk of the day. Now, our inversion layer is still out there. Our enzyme peak time lapse shows that over the Salt Lake Valley, but you can actually make out the valley on our time lapse, which you weren't able to do last week. The inversion layer just not as thick as what we were dealing with, which is great news. We told you about that northwest flow and how it could ventilate our northern valleys, and that's what happened. So to show you, we took peak particulate matter from each day, starting at the end of last week. So here's Thursday, here's Friday. Peak particulate matter put us in the unhealthy for sensitive groups category. We get that northwest flow, and we started to kind of air things out. We had moderate air Saturday, Sunday, and today, and there have been periods where we've been in the green in Salt Lake County. That's a major win. Cold air aloft also helped us out, because if you think about it, you've got cold air on the valley floor and then warm air above it, so when you get cooler air moving in, which is what happened, we saw that inversion level drop while it was sitting in mountain valleys. It's just near the valley floor at this point, even below the benches. So that's been a big win. As we head into tomorrow, we know that the inversion setup stays, but moderate air is forecast along the Wasatch Front, the Wasatch back, and in the northwestern corner of the state. Cache Valley is part of this, but tonight, I told you we were sitting in the green in several locations. Speaking of green, we see that in northeastern Utah, Castle Country, towards Moab, and down south, even with Iron County and a little bit of particulate matter. Manti sunset, that's a great one, Brad. Thank you for sharing. Clear skies also on our Black Desert Sky Cam, that time lapse, they hit 65. Warmth in January and really soaring with clear skies and plenty of sunshine. High temperatures in northern Utah, 42. In Salt Lake, 39's our average. Okay, we were pretty close to it. 40s along the Wasatch Front, 40s on the eastern side of the state. A lot of 40s, actually, with some 50s popping up in south central Utah. 62 in St. George. 54 is their average high, so above that. As we get through the next 6 hours, we're going to see low to mid 20s along the Wasatch Front, clear skies. Frigid start to the day as you're heading out, but our high pressure keeps us dry with that northwest flow in place. It also acts as a storm block, which we know. Moisture. I told you, we have seen only a tenth of snow. Here's a list of cities that have picked up more snow this winter than Salt Lake City. And you're going to notice here, it's places like Georgia, Alabama. How about Florida this weekend? Maybe you saw the video floating around social media. Baker, Florida picked up an inch. I would love an inch. We have not seen that. Pensacola getting measurable snow. So look at some of these areas coming out of the southeast. Hard to see it. And you know, the warmth and the lackluster storm pattern actually took a swing at our SWE. That's snow water equivalent. At the end of last week, we were sitting at 5 inches, which is below average. By this time of year, we're usually around 7.6 inches. But with our warmth, we dropped to 4.9 inches. Okay, we don't want to lose our SWE mid-season here. We'd love to add to it, but as you see a lot of orange and red on our snowpack, you're able to tell that we just really haven't had what we've needed. Only 64% of average for snowpack for the state. Northern and northeastern Utah in a little better shape, but not after this dry period, and we look to stay dry. Haze in control. There's our high pressure. You can kind of see how everything's going around us. We're keeping our eye on this cutoff low because that is going to keep things interesting. We get a little bit of mixing Thursday and a Friday with a weak disturbance. I think that mixing will actually help ventilate valleys again when it comes to the inversion that builds this week. We're going to watch that low. We were hoping for some moisture. It doesn't look great for northern Utah. Perhaps that low as it lifts through brings the potential of some wet weather, but High pressure is really close behind. So at this point, it was looking promising, just not the case. 40s for tomorrow, 48 in Moab, 57 in St. George. Looking at the next 7 days, we've got a dry pattern. Said that last week, saying it again. Temperatures above average in the 50s. Here's a check on the Wasatch Front. Hazy, but I do think that little short wave that comes through will give us a bit of a break. I don't anticipate air quality getting as bad as it was last week. So thank you, Northwest Flow. I'm glad you are coming through, and that's what we need.
Good old Northwest.
Yeah.